Florida needs a special prison for tourists. Not all tourists, just the ones who trash the place, rob, shoplift, vandalize, drive drunk, assault the cops, puke in the alleys, pee in the medians, and so on. For some reason, Memorial Day brings out these troglodytes in droves. This year, it was South Beach that got the full treatment, but outbreaks of mayhem occur all over the state. Maybe it's time to stop worrying about crimes committed against tourists and do something about the crimes committed by tourists. As it stands, rampaging visitors are tossed in jail with local criminals. This plainly is cruel and unusual punishment, and it's only a matter of time before the criminals file a class action suit. Nobody deserves to be locked in a cell with obnoxious, whiny, ill-clad tourists. Such sociopaths belong in an institution of their own, a mini Rayford specializing in hard-nosed discipline and social graces. In fact, the entire justice system should recognize and deal with the uniquely repulsive nature of tourist misbehavior. Say you're driving through the Keys, and some dork in a neon blue rental yells, "Yee-haw!" and hurls an empty Southern Comfort bottle off the Bahia Honda Bridge. Under current statutes, that's good for a wimpy charge of littering. It doesn't even rate any jail time, only a piddling $50 fine. You want deterrence? Put fangs in the law. Let the police snatch the boor off the highway and drag his sorry butt straight to tourist court. Same goes for drunks, stoners, and public urinators. Tourist court should be set up sort of like drug court, only not as lenient. The judges would come from smaller venues such as Kissimmee, Key West, Naples, places that get a rush of visitors, yet still have a vestige of hometown pride. First-time offenders in tourist court would be permitted to plead guilty in exchange for a one-week hitch at Sandal Camp. This would be set up like boot camp, only much tougher. Here, inmates would spend 7 days and 6 nights being drilled on vacation etiquette. For example, they'd be taught how to read speed limit signs, how to park within the parallel lines of a parking space, how to drink and dispose of alcohol, how to vomit inconspicuously, how to steer a jet ski and chew gum at the same time. The drill instructors would be selected from an elite pool of former highway patrol troopers, ex-Navy SEALs, and retired tour guides from Epcot. Defendants who don't want to tackle Sandal Camp could instead risk a trial. However, all jurors in tourist court should be chosen from the hospitality industry. Waiters, waitresses, bartenders, chefs, motel desk clerks, cabbies, not easily fooled, these folks, and no tipping allowed in the courtroom. Once convicted, it's off to tourist prison. Admittedly, finding a location for such a high-risk facility won't be easy. In the event of escape, you'd have renegade tourists scurrying all over the place with no cash or credit cards, a nightmare scenario for resort communities, especially during the season. Consequently, the prison is more likely to end up someplace like Mims or Plant City than, say, Turnberry Isle. Inevitably, the age-old debate will come to a boil. Is the goal of incarcerating law-breaking tourists merely to punish them? Or should we make a good-faith effort at rehabilitation? Many Floridians would argue persuasively that the conduct of some visitors is so abominable that they are beyond redemption. Yet a humane approach compels us to consider the possibility that a few of these nitwits might actually get the message if the screws are firmly applied. It's even conceivable they might someday become lawful and productive vacationers who treat their holiday destinations with care and respect. No more stealing baby lobsters and flushing their heads down motel room toilets. Yet for the incorrigible ones, the hardcore slobs, a stretch in tourist prison will serve mainly to keep them off the streets, beaches, and waterways. Temporarily. Unfortunately, vigilante justice might be the only kind these outlaws understand. An angry mob in minivans and Winnebagos to chase them up the turnpike, all the way home, and do to their backyards what they did so heedlessly to ours.